Hello, it's Dave at VTR. Welcome to the channel. If you're a fan of Formula One, you'll be very familiar with the late Murray Walker, a much loved commentator who had many catchphrases. One of the most famous being, to finish first, first you have to finish. And for my tale of two Banthas, yes, two, I couldn't have said it any better. You see, here in my hands, I have the finished Bantha from Stan Solo. For full disclosure, I ordered this on January the 1st this year, 2022, with the box all in for £132. And 4.5 months later, it has arrived. In August 2019, a long time ago, I also pre-ordered the Fan Strike Back Bantha with the box all in for $235. Now, that's over 2.5 years and counting. It's still far, far away. But let's not dwell on that. Let's enjoy this, and what a joy it is. Back in the 70s, Kenner never released the Bantha. We did get the Dewback in 79, followed by the Tauntaun, the Wampa, and finally the impressive Rancor. And we loved these creatures, but the Bantha was always missed. We had Sand People figures, but no transportation for them. Until now, that is. We are very fortunate to be in a time of customs. We can thank modern production techniques and passionate fans for that. And these customs are of very high quality. And this Bantha is very high quality in every aspect. Let's get this out of the way. I love the design. There is no doubt that this is a Bantha. The hair, the spiral horns, the chunky flat feet, the long tail were all captured. I particularly like the wide mouth and eyes. If I were a Tusken Raider, I'd want this Bantha as a companion. It certainly doesn't look out of place in amongst the Kenner originals. In my mind, the Bantha would have been released around the time of the original Star Wars movie, alongside the Landspeeder and Dewback, allowing us to recreate Tatooine scenes. There are many subtle design choices that mimic those of the Dewback. First, there's minimal articulation. In fact, it's just the legs. You're not really going to get many different poses out of this Bantha, but like the Dewback, it does give this creature some character. The saddle is a nice soft plastic with an underbelly belt with a simple plastic buckle, just like the Dewbacks. There are reins included. I would say this is artistic license, but at least it's consistent with the Tauntaun and the Dewback. And finally, we have a spring-loaded trapdoor, allowing for a snug-fitting sand person to ride this beast. The trapdoor is a key characteristic of these old classic Kenner toys, so I'm really glad to see it's on here. Let's take a closer look at the box, because it's beautiful. All the classic elements are there, the racetrack, proper photos of the toy to entice us all in, thick cardstock, glossy print finish, and a sturdy inner liner as well. I have to say, there's not a mark or dent anywhere on this box. I'm not surprised. It was carefully packed. It came in this cardboard box with these foam protectors, and just to make sure, the whole thing was wrapped in yet another cardboard box. Nicely done. It's really hard to tell that this is a modern piece compared to this original Dewback box. On top, we have the usual action callouts, including the obligatory child playing with the toy. In this case, this is Stan, the son of Chris Smith, who produces these customs. On the bottom, we even have a proof of purchase. It held one extra surprise, this small vinyl Cape Jara. What a beauty. Yes, it is a reproduction. Maybe one day I can replace this with an original. But for now, there is a VCJ at VTR. That's a nice touch from Stan Solo. Thank you. The plastic on this Bantha is as expected. It's got that Kenner feel. Boy, this thing is heavy. Let's weigh it. 899 grams. The horns are solid too, and they're fixed securely to this Bantha body. And that tail, it's one solid piece. As you can see, the body on this Bantha was constructed in two halves and welded together, just like an Easter egg. The join runs around the body here. It's hardly noticeable, and is mostly covered anyway by the saddle. And just in case you're wondering, yes, this is exactly how Kenner did it back in the day. Here's the same construction on the Dewback. We have to discuss the paint application. There's the face paint, of course, and this is well done. And we also have paint on the toes or claws. But most strikingly, and perhaps most surprisingly, we have these dark accents on the saddle. I'm in two minds about this. I'm trying to imagine the saddle without paint, but I can see why the detail was added. Otherwise, this would essentially be a large brown blob. And let's face it, large brown blobs from the 70s aren't generally attractive. To finish first you have to finish. I can't believe I've managed to get Murray Walker into this video, but this Stan Solo Bantha has managed to cross the finish line. It's here, it's in my collection room, and not only is it here, it's also a fantastic high quality piece. It's not often I buy modern, but when I do, I'm quite picky. If you're looking to acquire a Bantha to enhance your vintage Star Wars collection, I can really highly recommend this offering from Stan Solo. Go check out his Etsy page. Right, let's get this on display. Stay safe everyone, and cheers.
We don't really know where the world is gonna go, but now everybody knows that you can't stop for too long. Got to keep going. Don't really know where the world is gonna go, but now everybody knows that you can't stop for too long. Got to keep going. Don't really know where the world is gonna go, but now everybody knows that you can't stop for too long. Got to keep going. Don't really know where the world is gonna go, but now everybody knows that you can't stop for too long. Got to keep going.
Thanks for making it this far. Leave a comment, like and subscribe, or try some of these other VTR classics. Until next time, stay safe and cheers.